entire legion vanished. The Roman Empire, a behemoth straddling the known world, its legions the iron fist that enforced its will. We often imagine these soldiers as an unstoppable force, their discipline and training unmatched. But what happens when even the mightiest army disappears? Our story begins in the twilight years of the Roman Empire, a time of increasing pressure on its borders, of barbarian incursions and internal strife. The year is approximately 110 AD, and the location: the eastern frontier, a volatile region where Roman ambition clashed with Parthian power. In modern-day Armenia, Legion IX Hispana, a veteran unit with a proud history stretching back centuries, was tasked with maintaining order and securing Rome's influence in this treacherous land. Their assignment seemed routine, a patrol to pacify a restive local tribe. Little did they know, they were marching into oblivion. The disappearance of Legion IX Hispana is one of history's most enduring mysteries, a dark stain on the otherwise meticulously documented Roman military machine. The legion, numbering around 5,000 heavily armed soldiers, marched eastward, their eagles gleaming in the sun. Weeks turned into months, and no word reached the Roman outposts. Initially, commanders assumed the legion was engaged in a prolonged campaign against the troublesome tribes. However, as the seasons changed and still no messenger arrived, panic began to set in. Reconnaissance patrols were dispatched, searching desperately for any sign of the missing legion. They found nothing. No bodies, no abandoned equipment, no evidence of a battle. It was as if the earth had simply swallowed them whole. The official records offer only a chilling silence, a gap where the proud name of Legion IX Hispana once stood. The investigation into the legion's disappearance began in earnest, though hampered by the vast distances and the ever-present threat of hostile tribes. Initially, the theory of a massive ambush was favored. Perhaps the legion had been lured into a trap, overwhelmed by superior numbers, and annihilated, their bodies scattered and unidentifiable. This explanation, while plausible, failed to account for the complete absence of any Roman remains or battlefield debris. Some whispered of divine retribution, a punishment for the legion's arrogance, or some forgotten transgression. Others suggested a more mundane explanation: desertion. Perhaps the legion, weary of war and disillusioned with the empire, had simply abandoned their posts and scattered into the wilderness, seeking new lives among the local populations. Rumors swirled like dust devils across the eastern frontier. Some spoke of a secret alliance between the local tribes and the Parthian Empire, Rome's formidable rival to the east. Had they conspired to eliminate the legion, weakening Roman control over the region? This theory gained traction when intercepted messages hinted at clandestine meetings and coordinated attacks. However, direct evidence of Parthian involvement remained elusive. Another, more disturbing, possibility emerged from the shadows: a massive slave revolt. Perhaps the oppressed local population, pushed beyond their breaking point, had risen up against their Roman overlords, overwhelming the legion in a bloody and desperate uprising. The Senate ordered a full accounting of any and all disturbances within the region involving possible slave rebellions. And the results were troubling, to say the least. Conflicting testimonies from local villagers muddied the waters further. Some claimed to have witnessed a fierce battle, a clash of steel and screams that echoed through the valleys. Others insisted that the Legion had simply vanished without a trace, swallowed by the mist-shrouded mountains. Still others spoke of strange rituals and dark sorcery, whispers of ancient gods and vengeful spirits. One particularly unsettling account described a massive earthquake, a cataclysmic event that had opened a chasm in the earth, consuming the entire Legion in a single, terrifying moment. While these stories were dismissed by most Roman officials as superstitious nonsense, they added to the growing sense of unease and dread surrounding the Legion's fate. The investigation stalled, mired in conflicting reports and dead ends. Frustration mounted in Rome. The Emperor Trajan demanded answers, but none were forthcoming. As time passed, the official narrative shifted from an active investigation to a quiet acknowledgement of the Legion's demise. Legion IX Hispana was officially declared lost, its name stricken from the rolls of the Roman army. New legions were raised to take its place, the empire moving on, burying the mystery along the eastern frontier. But the questions lingered, whispered in taverns and debated in the halls of power. What truly happened to Legion IX Hispana? The truth, it seemed, was destined to remain buried, lost to the sands of time. Or so it seemed. Then a breakthrough. An aging Roman centurion, stationed on the frontier for decades, came forward with a startling revelation. He claimed to have overheard a conversation between two Parthian merchants years earlier, a conversation that hinted at a far more sinister plot than anyone had imagined. According to the centurion, the Parthians had not directly attacked the Legion, but had instead orchestrated its downfall through a campaign of deception and betrayal. They had infiltrated the Legion's ranks with spies, sowing discord and undermining morale. They had poisoned the Legion's water supply, weakening their bodies and minds. And most shockingly, they had turned some of the Legion's own officers against their men, exploiting personal rivalries and ambitions. The centurion's testimony painted a picture of a Legion slowly unraveling from within, a victim of its own internal weaknesses and the cunning machinations of its enemies. The Parthians, it seemed, had not sought to conquer the Legion in open battle, but to corrupt it, to break it apart from the inside out. This revelation sent shockwaves through the Roman establishment, raising disturbing questions about the loyalty and integrity of the empire's military elite. Was Legion IX Hispana an isolated case? Or was the Roman army more vulnerable to subversion than anyone had realized? The emperor ordered a secret investigation into potential corruption within the ranks, a probe that would uncover a web of deceit and treachery reaching the highest levels of power. The investigation revealed that a cabal of Roman officers, motivated by greed and ambition, had indeed been collaborating with the Parthians. They had provided intelligence, sabotaged supply lines, and even deliberately led the Legion into ambushes. Their motive was simple: power. They believed that by weakening Roman control over the eastern frontier, they could create a power vacuum, allowing them to establish their own independent kingdoms. This betrayal cut deep, striking at the very heart of Roman values and ideals. The officers were arrested, stripped of their rank and titles, and sentenced to a public execution, a stark warning to anyone who dared to betray the empire. But the truth was far more complex than a simple tale of treachery and ambition. As the investigation delved deeper, it uncovered a hidden motive, a a secret that explained the officers' willingness to collaborate with the Parthians. It turned out that the officers were members of a fringe religious sect, a cult that worshipped ancient pagan gods and believed that the Roman Empire was a corrupt and decadent force that needed to be overthrown. They saw the Parthians not as enemies, but as allies in their quest to restore the old ways, to return the world to a state of harmony and balance. This religious fanaticism added a new dimension to the mystery of the Lost Legion, transforming it from a military disaster into a clash of civilizations, a battle between faith and empire. The stakes rose dramatically. The revelation of the officers' religious beliefs threatened to ignite a religious war within the empire, pitting traditional Roman beliefs against a growing wave of pagan revivalism. The emperor, fearing widespread unrest, ordered a crackdown on all suspected pagan cults, leading to mass arrests and executions. The empire teetered on the brink of chaos, its foundations shaken by the disappearance of a single legion and the dark secrets it had unearthed. To maintain order, the emperor then initiated the Great Erasure. All official documents of the Lost Legion were purged. Statues were torn down, memorials were destroyed, and any public mention of Legion IX Hispana was forbidden. The Legion became a ghost, a forgotten chapter in Roman history. Another betrayal emerged from the shadows. One of the lead investigators, a trusted advisor to the emperor, was discovered to be a secret sympathizer of the pagan cult. He had been subtly manipulating the investigation, protecting key members of the cult and diverting attention away from their true motives. When confronted, he admitted his guilt, claiming that he believed the cult's ideals were the only way to save the empire from its own self-destruction. He was immediately executed, his betrayal serving as a stark reminder of the insidious nature of the enemy within. It seemed that even those closest to the emperor were susceptible to the allure of forbidden beliefs. The cover-up deepened. The emperor, desperate to contain the scandal and prevent further unrest, ordered the destruction of all evidence linking the Lost Legion to the pagan cult. Official records were altered, witnesses were silenced, and the true story of Legion IX Hispana was buried beneath layers of lies and deception. The empire closed ranks, determined to protect its image of strength and invincibility, even at the cost of truth and justice. The fate of the Lost Legion became a state secret, a closely guarded secret known only to a select few at the highest levels of power. In the end, the official explanation for the disappearance of Legion IX Hispana remained unchanged. The Legion had been ambushed and annihilated by hostile tribes. The truth, however, was far more complex and disturbing. The Legion had been betrayed from within, its ranks infiltrated by spies and corrupted by religious fanatics. The empire had responded with a brutal crackdown, silencing dissent and erasing the Legion from history. The legacy of Legion IX Hispana became a chilling reminder of the fragility of power, the dangers of religious extremism, and the lengths to which empires will go to protect their secrets. The irony is particularly biting. Legion IX Hispana, tasked with maintaining order and enforcing Roman law, became a symbol of chaos and betrayal. Their disappearance, initially attributed to external forces, was ultimately caused by internal corruption and religious fanaticism. The Legion, once a proud symbol of Roman strength, became a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the